How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, Jacked Up Fishing. Well, I'm thankful I have two Gheenoes right here next to me. I'm getting ready to do a comparison of the Super 16 versus the Classic Canoe. You hear about everything. Everybody says, oh, one's better than the other. One's a lot bigger. Well, I'm putting it right next to each other. That way you can see for yourselves the differences, how they look, and how they perform compared to each other. So we're going to look at the Super 16 first. This is a 16-foot Gheenoe model. It's a 55-inch wide at the widest point, which continues all the way back to the transom, and that creates stability. It's a stick steer, so you steer from the front or the middle area, and everything's kind of more forward in this boat. Really set up for a one-person to two-person setup. Next, we have the Gheenoe Classic. It's 15 foot 4 inches long, 55 inches at the widest point, the beam. It tapers back to 31 inches at the transom. This makes it a little less stable, but it's still a good stable platform to fish out for 1 to 2 people. It's set up like a normal tiller handle boat with the trolling motor in the front. It's wide open. So the Super 16 has a false floor in it. It's a stick steer, while this other one is just straight on the bottom. It's a tiller handle. You feel every wave in it, and they drive totally different. With the seat being in the center, it makes more room to work up front, and it makes the whole operation from the front of the boat. On the other one, it's all operations from the back of the boat, all the switches and everything in the back, and the passenger is in the front of the boat. So looking at the profile from the very front of the boat, you can see the Super 16 is straight back. Come over here to the other one, to the Classic, and it tapers to the back. It's really wide in the center, but tapers to the back. This creates a lot more stability. The Super 16, that's where it shines as far as that goes. It is a lot heavier. It's 100 pounds heavier, so all that extra material does weigh more, and it probably makes it sit in the water a little bit more, makes it a little bit more stable. All right, now it's time for the fun part. Let's go drive these things around, rip them around, and compare the two against each other. So I jump in the Gheenoe Classic. I want to see the kind of hole shot it has, how it turns and everything. So right here, I'm just getting it going, getting a feel for it with the long extension on the tiller handle, which does take some getting used to. But that hole shot is something else. The thing shoots out of the hole with a 25 yaw on it. So I'm 6'3", 275, 280 pounds, and I did not feel unsafe or like I was going to fall out or anything in this boat. It didn't seem to sag in the back with me in there. It seemed to handle me really well, which was very impressive. Here's the view from the back while I'm running. I wanted to show you the motor. It seems to be set up pretty perfect. No extra spray, and the hull is very efficient. I also like this little view right here, which shows the little Gheenoe sticker on the side. Alright, we're going to do a little hole shot here now. See what we got. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's good. She's quick. Oh, yeah. So I am having an absolute blast running this thing, ripping it around. So I'm going to take it in this corner, full throttle, see if it'll even slide. Let's see what she does. Alright, we're getting ready to take this corner right now. Here we go. Oh, snap. Oh, hanging it. Yeah. Alright, now it's time for the Super 16. Now this one's got a 40 on it, but it's not much faster. We're talking maybe 2 mile-an-hour tops. I don't think it's propped 100% correctly. I think it's got a little bit more left in the tank, but buddy, this thing rips it. It has a hole shot like no other. So like the Classic, I'm taking it and running it through its paces, taking corners, doing everything I can. This thing is sticking it. I think mainly because I'm in the front of the boat, and a lot of the weight's up in the front where the keel is. This boat has a full keel, where the Classic is more of a flat in the front and goes flat all the way back. So I think this one's a little bit different as far as the handling characteristics. You see me taking a good corner right there. It doesn't even slide. It just sticks it and goes. So here's the side profile of the Super 16. I'm going to show you how I get up on a plane. It seems to ride level. and then all of a sudden it just, when you trim it up with that tilt and trim, it comes completely out of the water almost. I'm like riding on a cloud. So this boat with the 40 tops out around 34 miles per hour. The Gheenoe Classic with the 25 tops out around 32. It's not much difference, but I think this boat could be tuned a lot better to get better performance. That's a brand new 40, it should run. And here's the Gheenoe Classic. Totally topped out on the pins, 32 miles an hour. We clocked it. That's as fast as it's gonna go. I was impressed. The other one, the Super 16, only does 34. I think it needs to be tuned a little better with a prop, but I think it would get a lot more miles per hour, maybe 3 or 4 miles an hour with the correct prop. All in all though, both boats perform really well. So like I said earlier, the Gheenoe Classic has a flat bow that goes all the way flat down the whole boat, all the way back to the transom. The Super 16, as I'm going to show you right here, has a keel that starts at the front, goes all the way to the back, and it extends down maybe an inch or two, but it does draw a little more, but it does track better, steers a little bit better. That's it for the comparison. I hope that helped you show the differences of the two boats. Me being a bigger guy, I'd probably like the Super 16 better, but for the cost, I would have to go for the Gheenoe Classic. You can't beat the cost, and it wasn't that much difference between the two as far as handling characteristics or stability for that matter. Not enough to make it that much more. Also, if you're looking at either one of these model Gheenoes, check out my other videos. I have both of the walkthroughs on the Gheenoe Classic and the Super 16. Check them out. They'll be in the link in the description below as well.